Hey, my name is Timothy, and we're just going to get started for the day. I'm doing chapter 8, John 8. And early in the morning he came again to the temple, and all the people came unto him. He sat down and taught them. And the scribes and Pharisees brought unto him a woman taken into adultery. And when they had set her in the midst, they said to him, Master, this woman was taken into adultery in the very act. Now Moses in the law commands us that such shall be stoned. But what sayest thou? This they said, tempting him. But they might have accused him. But Jesus stooped down and with his finger wrote in the ground, as though he heard them not. So when they continued asking him, he lifted up himself and said upon them, He that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her. And again he stooped down and wrote in the ground. And they which heard it, being convicted by their own conscience, went out one by one, beginning at the eldest, though unto the last. And the woman, Jesus that was left alone, and the woman stood there in the midst. When Jesus had lifted up himself and saw none but the woman, he said to her, Woman, where are those thine accusers? That no man can condemns thee. And she said, No man, Lord. And Jesus said upon her, Neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more. Then spake Jesus again unto, saying, I am the light of the world. He is that followeth me shall not walk in the darkness, but shall have the light of life. The Pharisees therefore said to him, Thou bearest record of themselves, the record is not true. With that, Jesus is the light of the world, and he is our accuser at the end. But if you give your life and your soul and your heart over to him, there's nobody that can throw a stone at you. There's no enemy that has any record that can throw that stone at you. If you give it over to God, God erases it. God has forgiven it. There's no enemy that can use that against you. That's why whenever one of them was asked, that the first person that if you have no sin, you can throw the rock. Jesus was the only one that was sin free. Everybody else's conscience that knows that they have sin. Everybody sins, but we're all made perfect through Christ. Through Christ, we all are perfect. That's why Jesus tells the woman, "Go and sin no more." We all try our best to not sin. We all try our best to keep going every day. Some days it's not easy, but if you communicate with the Lord and talk to Him and ask for forgiveness for your sins, God forgives them, and God works in our favor, and doesn't let the devil use that against us. So don't let any person use anything you had against you, because God's already forgiven it. Just ask Him, "Where's your stone?" Okay, the first person that has no sin can throw that first stone, and see how people walk away. Because even if they say they don't have no sin, everybody's got sin. We're all human. We all make mistakes. But with Jesus, we're all forgiven. So just remember that. God's in our corner all the time, everywhere. God's with us. And I mean, God will always be there with us. So, yeah, have a good night.